We all sound good?
As far as I know, we sound great.
All right.
Excellent.
And oh no, that's wrong. That's the wrong thing. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Live from the Nuremberg Ring, it's Super Gamekast 2 with your host, Bronson Fiore.
Hello, everybody. This is Super Gamecast 2, your #1 place for video game news on the internet. I'm Bronson Fiore, and I am joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
I'm alive. I'm doing great. Feeling good. What's up, everyone? Video games.
Video game.
I played one of them this week.
Played 3.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Weird. And then we got the wielder of the mighty banhammer, our mod mommy, Emily Hulslander.
Let's go. Ready to kick some ass and take some names.
Yes. Agreed.
And the man who beat the Rona and lived to tell about it, a Mr. Jesse Pewitt.
Hello. Yeah, beat the Rona, got married. It was an eventful week.
That was an eventful week.
I'm not sure if I can make this.
Christ.
Yeah, no. I'm not sure I can make the title stick, my man, but for this week, that's the one you're getting.
I'll take it.
Corona Conqueror.
By the way, I caught this at the beginning with the intro. Era the Nuremberg Ring?
That's how I always heard it when Jeremy Clarkson said it.
No, I think you're combining it's the Nürburgring, because the Nuremberg Ring is like the Nuremberg trials.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Well, that's all I
It's
heard.
just a segue.
Okay.
It's a segue to Elden Ring, that's all.
That's all it is. Yeah, really.
How do you pronounce it, Jesse? Because you played GT a whole bunch.
That end place.
The really long.
Sounds about right.
The 25-minute German raceway. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that person. Jeremy Clarkson also calls it aluminium. So I don't know. Shouldn't have trusted him.
True, and
A lot of English people pronounce it that way. So
for the people in the chat, for the people listening to the audio version of this, we have the Iron Rose 117 in the chat saying, "Good afternoon."
What's up?
Good afternoon, Iron Rose. How you doing?
hello.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I hope you're having a good morning. We're also having a very interesting conversation before the podcast started that I want to go over before we deep dive this news.
Sure.
We were talking about coffee, and I'm like, hey, Aaron, why not just switch to espresso? It is faster and gets you jacked up.
I'm not here for fast, man. I'm here to be awake at my own pace.
It will get you awake plenty good.
I'm awake right now, and I haven't had coffee yet. I don't know what's happening today.
Yeah, dude. I went to bed at 3 a.m, essentially. Well, the raid went until the raid went until a little bit past midnight after we did post raid chat, and then I played Gran Turismo for another hour or two.
Okay,
so,
sure.
But I woke up, I showered, I ate breakfast, got water, real good.
Very good.
Feeling good.
Yeah. I went to a bar last night and hung out with a friend for a good. We were just gonna talk, and we ended up talking there for 6 hours, and it was a good time. We just ordered a pitcher and then another pitcher, and we just kept going. And then I got back home at 2 a.m. I'm like, oh fucking god, and then collapsed on the bed. I was like, this is gonna suck this morning,
buddy.
and I'm feeling great. I don't know what happened. Everything's fine, so I'm not gonna question it.
Oh lordy. But no, man, you got to min-max that coffee. You. I know you said you wanted to drink, have something to sip on. Just all right, well then you can make an Americano, or you can make a mocha.
Okay, yes, I know espresso has more in it, but I make 4 cups of coffee. It lasts me for the podcast. It's good.
You make 4 cups?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing the whole time we're doing this. I'm I have a cup and then I pour another. Yeah.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, he is efficient.
The coffee into when he gets either low or empty. Yeah,
right.
see?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
He's efficient in that he's got a coffee pot right there.
Yeah.
To be fair, my thing is I have my 1 cup of espresso, which I put in the sink because I finished it before we started.
Right.
And then I'm doing water the rest of the time.
That is the healthier way to go, to get all that water in. That's a fantastic move rather than what I do. So
Also,
water and coffee,
I'm
right?
sorry, I didn't show the branding correctly. I apologize.
There you go. Nope, you gotta put that up there.
There you go.
This is not paid advertisement. Not paid advertisement.
Nope. Hopefully one day paid advertisement.
We'll shit like
Not
crazy,
yet.
goddammit.
Bungie, I'll whore you super good. Don't worry.
Yeah, show some local love, yeah? Send it to Aaron and I, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
No, we have to
Anyway,
buy our own. God damn it.
Yeah. Well, these were on clearance. I'm not sure if they still are. So anyway, hey, this is not a coffee show. This is
What?
a video game news show.
Well, goddamn. What am I even doing here?
Why are we here?
I'm sure that we could do a coffee show. We drink enough.
We would
of
do
it.
one show.
And as a former barista.
Exactly. Yep.
It's, hey, I have a bunch of things that I make at home because we bought an espresso machine.
Right. Yeah.
That's basically it.
If you've got an espresso machine, use it.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
That's great, dude. It's faster than coffee too.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
faster to make. It's like I am mid. The shitty part is if you want to like steam milk, that's the long part.
Okay.
So if you're trying to like make a mocha, like anything beyond just cups of espresso or like espresso with a little something in it, then you need to go ahead and like actually, take some time. But if you're like me and you're just going for that high, you're good.
Right.
You are
Right.
golden.
Very good.
So
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, let's get into the news here. Not sure if you're aware of the geopolitical scene of the world right now.
Yeah. Something about bad shit. Something about. Oh God, I can't stop looking at my phone. God, this is awful. Yes. Something about that.
Stare into the nightmare rectangle. Stare into it.
Man.
Yeah, no. Next job simulator game, coffee shop owner. Would play the shit out of that.
I'd play the hell out of that for sure.
Like,
that sounds fun.
I'm so down. All right. Okay. So, anyway, hey, guess what? Russia's being a bunch of dickheads and attacking the Ukraine.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool of them.
Yeah. No, and pretty much the entire rest of the world is like, except for like China and
Belarus,
Syria, a couple other places.
Yeah.
Are like, no, fuck you.
Right.
Which my favorite story to come out of this is like there was a Russian, I think, battleship was saying like, come out and surrender, you won't be harmed. And their response was the Ukraine soldiers' response over the radio was go fuck yourself.
Right.
Like,
those men are heroes.
yes.
All right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Those
like
Ukrainian soldiers are heroes. Got
Just...
No, if that was on our shores and I was in that situation, yeah, I'd probably do the same thing. Go fuck yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so
that really sucks though.
It does. This whole situation is fucked. It's horrible.
Yeah.
You should donate to proper charities to help with this shit if you have the money. But the video game industry is doing its best to help.
Sure.
In a lot of ways. You got a lot of people donating money. You got a lot of people donating time. For you Final Fantasy XIV fans, Zepla, she lived in Ukraine and nowadays is trying to organize stuff to.
She's moving around
help.
right now.
Yeah, she's trying to get stuff out there for that and whatnot. So and hopefully she's okay because nothing. Like imagine how that would be just like to have to dip out of your home.
I mean, yeah. Goddamn. She wants to go back, and it's like, who knows? It could be bombed. Like that sucks.
That's really bad. She got out really early too, thankfully. Like she
had started planning early just in case.
Yeah,
she ended up in Poland, I think, right?
Was it Poland? Okay.
Yeah.
I think she ended up in Poland.
Yeah, that's good for her. Like glad she got out in time.
Yeah.
So anyway, the video game industry is doing its best that it can to help with this situation. The Ukraine asked Sony and Microsoft to help against Russia by pulling support for the region. In many ways, they have. Certain games aren't for sale. Certain services aren't available. They're basically doing, everything they can to, be like, "Oh, fuck you."
Yeah.
Several other things have done this, such like OnlyFans is currently pulled.
Right.
Like you can't buy OnlyFans in Russia.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that. And surprisingly, EA of all people is in support of this as well. So they pulled Russian teams from NHL and FIFA, and you cannot do anything in the games in Russia beyond play them.
I think that was a misstep on EA's part. What they should have done was just tanked all of the ability scores of the players on those teams to the ground.
Hey, that'd been funny.
Hey.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah. And then there was a Gran Turismo thing, right?
Yeah, so that's that I was going to get into when we get all the GT news, but
you wanted to lump that together? Okay, I wanted to lump the Russia stuff together, but we can.
We can bring it into Russia. That's fine.
Right.
So, GT7 has been pulled from sale in Russia quietly too. So he didn't say shit. They didn't do. They're just like, nope, yoink.
No announcement.
No announcement. No nothing. Just boop off the store.
Okay.
Get fucked.
Sony's clever and
that
shit. So
if I was the one running this, like, just play that Monday thing from the FGC. Somebody's getting fucked. Get fucked. That's basically what happened. This is just a shitty situation, and it's just like Russians are no longer allowed to watch a few streaming services. Right? Netflix pulled, Spotify pulled.
Man.
Yeah, it's some shit. It's some real shit.
Yeah.
Like it's, and like on the one hand, it's like it sucks for the innocent people in Russia who just want to live their fucking lives.
Right. They aren't a part of this at all. They don't want this.
Yeah, like that's true. They don't want, most of them don't want any part of this. There's obviously
most
some
of them,
there's some that have been indoctrinated by this bullshit, but
right.
Because of the nature of free internet, it's really hard to indoctrinate people now. In some ways,
in some ways, it's easier depending on the bubble you've created for yourself.
Right, because it's really easy to create insular pockets of self bullshit.
If you're just coming on as a teenager and you're just like picking up things you like and things that entertain you, it's really easy to accidentally create a bubble for yourself, and the algorithm doesn't help. But
right, because it just feeds you more of what you like.
And then this is all outside of Russian controlled internet.
Right, which
adds another layer.
Exactly. And then you have like the internet has become this amazing tool for like truth, but also this amazing tool for fucking lies.
Yep.
So
yeah. It really sucks for the Russian people. Like, I feel bad for them. They didn't ask for any of this, and it's just coming down on them. On the other hand, like, if this were to create enough pressure for people to go out and maybe get their government to stop doing this, which is like hard to do with the nature of the Russian government, that sucks. But we've had a couple conversations off stream that, like, I don't know. You kind of wish the same thing would happen to us, and that we felt pressure to go out and maybe change stuff that needs to be changed. So I don't know.
I mean, to an extent, it already has, because I read that news story on the Friday stream about how Russia's like, please stop sanctioning. Like, we're gonna try and get this sorted, and the world's appropriate response to that should be go get fucked. The only response is you leaving.
Right.
And like, as of 4 hours ago, there's currently a giant protest in Moscow screaming no war.
That's been trending this morning, which is good. I'm thrilled with that. And if it comes to find out, it comes to be that all this played a part, obviously a small part compared to social networks and streaming services and things like that. But if this plays a role for the Russian gamers to get out there, then I think it was worth it in the end, regardless of the pros and cons of this situation.
Right. No, exactly. And then, the Kremlin has put out a bunch of shit saying, like, the West is behaving like a bandit. And I'm just like...
A bandit?
Yes. The West has engaged in, quote, economic banditry against Russia and Moscow. Would respond. He did not specify what the response would be, but it'd be in line with Russian interests.
Okay.
It's like they have... that, like, apparently this calls it a special military operation aimed at disarming its neighbor, has triggered a barrage of sanctions and led to an exodus of big companies from the Russian market. Here's the thing, like, Russia only has like one big export, and that's oil. And yeah, that sucks. You can already see it at gas prices right now.
Yeah.
Like it went from $4.15 to $4.50 in one fucking week here.
Right.
Yep.
But like at the end of the day, like that's their one export, and you can get that other places.
Yeah. Well, so, didn't I don't know if it was NATO or EU or whoever, one of those organizations released a whole bunch of oil they've had in reserve for a moment like this.
Yeah. And
I think that was us.
Was it just the country, the US? I forget.
And if we really wanted to, we could go fucking get a bunch of oil from Canada.
Sure.
Like we shut that shit down, but if in case of emergency, hey, that pipeline still fucking exists.
Right.
So, like
there are ways to do this. Yeah.
Yes, there are ways around this. And like, yeah, fuck them. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Like it's unfortunate for the Russian people, though. That I will say.
It's got to the change for positive change to come from this. It has to come from the Russian people.
Yes, exactly.
And so if this puts pressure on them, like to get it done, like go for it.
Yeah, and that's the hope. That's the hope is.
Yeah.
Like. Do I wish it was like a cleaner thing? Like, yeah, but I also wish this didn't happen.
Well, right, yeah.
Yeah. Some fucking conqueror bullshit we have right now. Anyway, on to stories that aren't geopolitical.
Okay.
The Bandcamp, an online music store and community, announced that it has been acquired by Epic Games. The music company also confirmed initiatives such as Bandcamp Fridays, where the platform waives its revenue share so artists receive all sales for a 24-hour period. And its online publication, Bandcamp Daily, will continue to operate. Bandcamp says that joining Epic Games will allow it to expand out internationally and push forward development across the platform, including working on mobile apps and merch tools, as well as search and discovery features. Additionally, Epic Games knows that Bandcamp will contribute to its vision of a, quote, creator marketplace ecosystem for content technology, games, art, and music. So there you
go. Yeah. So I really, really, really like Bandcamp. That is a cool place to support smaller artists directly, because Spotify doesn't pay you jack shit.
Yes.
That's just Bandcamp was a good place to go buy these albums. Bandcamp takes a small cut, and during the pandemic, they took a smaller cut, which I think sometimes was just $0, and just gave it all to the artist, which is incredibly cool of them. Yeah, Bandcamp's a really cool place. So to see it get bought, in the short term, I imagine it will be fine.
Yes,
but
I completely agree.
I am very worried about the changes that'll happen in the long term. I want Bandcamp to continue to succeed, and acquisitions are always worrying. Well, almost always Activision. I don't know, but yeah. I don't know. Have you guys used Bandcamp very much?
No.
Okay.
I did a little research into it for the podcast, and that was about it.
It's a fantastic place for indie and local art musicians to put out cool stuff. It's awesome, but don't mess it up, Epic Games. Jesus.
The thing that I find interesting is they also bought Harmonix. This is like the second, like, I mean, this was a while ago, the Harmonix thing.
Oh, okay.
Like they bought 2 music companies now. Like, I really think that, are they gonna like try and make a Spotify competitor, or do they have like a secret rhythm game thing lined up? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I imagine, yeah, someone, I think it may have been us talking about it earlier in a prior stream. I could see them being like, we made Fortnite. We got all that money, and all that money's still coming in. If we wanted to, we could become like a metaverse company, or like a Facebook-esque. We're gonna dip into the music area. We're gonna make our own social media. Who knows? You don't get a lot of opportunities to make new social media platforms anymore on that scale. All of a sudden, we have this money. Why not? Epic. What a great word that can mean whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
But like, obviously, this doesn't say that that's what's happening. This is just their first step into something outside of video games. But you can see it with the amount of money they made.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, you know, that like between, and think about this, how many games use Unreal Engine? Like, so many games use Unreal Engine, and because it is free to learn for, I think, the first $10,000, like, everyone knows how to fucking use it.
Yeah.
Like, tomorrow, you and I could all go out, download Unreal, and start learning it.
We should.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
make a super Gamecraft game.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh
and
my God.
Then our name actually makes sense.
For the first time in 14 years, our name makes sense. Okay.
Yep. All right. So anyway, that's, you know, we'll see how it goes.
Short term,
like,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Like,
it would be really cool if they turned Bandcamp into, they gave it like a Spotify service, and then like the big thing is they gave it that Bandcamp kind of cut, and so artists get a lot more.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
And then I think it'll be related to Fortnite in some way. So I wonder if it will be like a Spotify integration kind of thing, but like for Fortnite.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'll get you exposed to a bunch of new artists. And that's a fun idea.
I mean, it wouldn't get me exposed because I don't play Fortnite, but, you know.
Yeah, you're right. But it ain't about, it's for the kids. It's for the kids who need to get exposed to new music that isn't curated by radio executives. Well, it will be because, you know, eventually. But again, that short window, I'm telling you.
I found a lot of dope music because of Rock Band. Like,
people are going to listen to Ska Tune Network more than ever before.
Hell yeah, they are, brother. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. And that whole ska conversation on stream the other night was...
Oh, wait, which one?
You were asking somebody about what their favorite ska band was.
Oh, right, yeah. I asked her what their favorite ska band was, and then Yuko was just like, I don't listen to ska. And I'm just like...
Like, you've never heard ska, or just out of principle?
He just doesn't listen to it.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm just like, why do you hurt me? He's like, because it's fairly easy.
Ska is...
ouch.
God, it's one of the best genres out there.
It is. It's so good.
And trying to pick a favorite can be difficult.
You can't. You can't
hard.
pick a favorite.
If you're a nerd and you've never listened to ska before, like one Ska Tune Network, of course, because he's doing video game ska covers.
And I saw him live at PAX. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're good. But I would also recommend the Aquabats.
They're good. I always go to Real Big Fish.
Real Big Fish, yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, Aquabats makes me think punk more than ska.
I mean, there are some where they forego the trumpets, but
yeah.
Yeah, I think Real Big Fish, of course, is like the ska band in my mind. And then I really like Goldfinger.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, these are all the classic like 90s.
Yeah.
There's a whole like if you follow Ska Tune Network, there is a whole ska scene going on right now. So it's good stuff. Ska is alive on a small section of Twitter and Bandcamp. So
and TikTok
and
Instagram.
You're right. And, yeah.
It's just someone once described ska as like what happens in a 12-year-old's head when he gets mozzarella sticks. Extra mozzarella sticks.
Oh man, that is wildly accurate.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And I'm just like, you know, yeah, like I think the thing that describes ska music to me is it's the real big fish thing. It's like life sucks, let's dance.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like punk is like life sucks, let's chain smoke and fight the authority.
Yeah.
And then ska is life sucks, let's dance.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
Anyway. So yeah, you know, this has the potential to be really cool. I got into ska pretty late in life, actually, like my mid-20s.
I mean, you played Pro Skater, right?
Oh, I played the shit out of Pro Skater.
That was everyone's exposure.
Yep.
That was my exposure, but like actually getting into it, actually like seeking out ska artists and going to ska concerts, that was my mid-20s.
Yeah. We started like our impressionable years were after ska started falling, like pop punk happened, and
I got into pop punk also in my mid-20s. They were both around the same time.
Okay.
I've been to Real Big Fish 3 times now.
Nice.
They always come to Reno, and I love it.
They're good. They put on a show.
Yeah, no, they actually performed with a pop punk band called the Maxis, who have hilarious gimmicks, and they have a song about going clubbing, but it's actually about clubbing baby seals.
Love it. I love it.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah, and they are from Greenland, and they wear like all these ridiculous tracksuit costumes, and
Jesus,
it's like if you combine Midnight Brown with a pop punk band.
Oh, that's rough.
Like, it's a free. That part of the concert was just a fever dream. Like I went to that concert like expecting Suburban Legends and Real Big Fish, and then the Maxis open.
Yeah.
The Maxis open with their fucking with their fucking Greenland tracksuit random bullshit, and I'm like, this is one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Man, wait, so you had that, and then you had Suburban Legends after that, and then Real Big Fish?
Yeah,
that's a show.
It was a great lineup, one of the best I've been to. God, what was another? There was another one that I went to with Ray. It was Bowling for Soup.
Okay.
And they're not ska, but they were really good. And the funny part about Bowling for Soup is, you know, people like mistake them for Fountains of Wayne.
What?
Really?
Yeah, like they think Bowling for Soup is the people who did Stacy's mom, so they're like,
what? What?
Look, same time frame?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
I guess,
like,
yeah.
Ray and I were at their concert, and we, and like the singer is just like, if you haven't seen me since you were in high school, you're probably like wondering who ate the singer for Bowling for Soup.
God damn it!
Because he got bigger for sure.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's a dad now and he's old.
But, you know,
and yeah, it happens. And then he's also like, and I remember just like, everyone thinks we performed this damn song, and we didn't, but we're gonna sure as shit take credit for it and perform it.
That's good.
And they performed Stacy's Mom.
Okay.
So.
Oh,
sure.
Good.
One of the best moments at a show I've ever had. The other one is Hayden and I went to PAX 2011.
Okay.
And Jonathan Colton was performing.
Mm-hmm.
And he started asking for requests. And Hayden and I like yelled fucking Freebird. And they actually started to play fucking Freebird.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a minute and a half, 2 minutes of the song, the music stops and they're like, yeah, we're not doing that.
That's good.
I think I was at that show too.
Did you go to 2011?
I was going to PAX from like 2010 to 14.
Yeah, then you were at that show. I did. Oh.
Yeah, because that was the one that Will Wheaton was on the stage for a little bit.
I mean, he's been out a couple. Like so I met him in a bathroom. Funnily enough, of all places. Like, yeah, no, it's
Bronson. It's no reason. Like, it doesn't happen for any reason. But I'll just be doing something, and then I'll like in a moment of silence, I'll think, Bronson, why did you ask Will Wheaton to say "Game Over Moon Pie" while you guys are both in the bathroom?
Well, no, like I was washing my hands
Yeah.
and like I didn't know he was in the bathroom. It's like he was in one of the stalls. He was by the like signature area because he was doing signatures with Felicia Day. Like, and I'm washing my hands right now, and just Will Wheaton walks up, starts washing his hands, and I'm like, "You're Will Wheaton." He's like, "Yes, I am." And I'm like, "Can you say that fucking line?" And he does, and I'm like, "Dude, thank you so much." And then just I dip out. I dip out. He was really cool. He's a really cool guy.
Nothing wrong with the simple requests.
Yeah, I actually Nick McCandless at an E3 nearly got in a fight with him at a bar.
You told me that story too. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
All I know is Will Wheaton's terrible about rolling nat ones.
Yep.
I don't know
Yeah,
how.
that's
terrible luck.
It's the Will Wheaton dice curse. Come on now. Everybody knows about the Will Wheaton dice curse. I actually saw Will Wheaton get his ass kicked at DDR by Chris Hardwick at GameWorks.
Wow.
nice.
While
GameWorks.
Chris Hardwick was drunk too. So
he unlocked an extra level of power. That's what I'm
much.
hearing.
Lordy.
Well,
all right,
so the only thing I want people to take away from this is Bandcamp is super cool. Hopefully it stays cool for the long term. We don't know yet, but just keep an eye on it. Also, you want to get caught up on some current ska, go check out Ska Tune Network, We Are the Union,
Please.
and their solo project, JER. That's a good starting point for your new ska.
Hey, Aaron, I used the restroom real quick. Can you take over and do the Final Fantasy news?
I can do the Final Fantasy news, sure.
Thank you, good sir.
All
you
right.
and Jesse know more about this shit than I do.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Sure.
All right. So let's switch over here. Patch 6.1 information came out. It says newfound adventure, which I just want to say, like, seeing this image, I got so excited. I was like, yes, I know new content is coming. I know it, but we just had this amazing story that just went, and then it finally like wrapped up. And I know at the end they're like, all right, new adventures. But wait, maybe eventually. So I knew this was coming, but I was just like, yes. So
happy dance.
6.1 major content update. We got new main story, new Hildebrand adventures, which I'm sure everyone's really excited about.
That's really exciting, actually.
Hildebrand lives on. Let's see, we got a new Alliance raid coming, new Ultimate raid, which is 6.11. Trial, Minstrel's Ballad, the End Singer's aria.
That'll be fun. It's the X version of the final fight, the final trial.
Oh man, that's gonna be a fun one.
That'll be a lot of fun. I really like that fight.
Yeah, it's a really good fight. I don't want to spoil. Well, I guess this doesn't spoil much of anything, but I am a real fan of. Someone made a Space Jam version of that end song, and then there are two balls in the final fight that like spread and then come together and explode, and whoever did the editing put basketballs in for those spheres while the Space Jam song is. It's one of my favorite things, and then I can't share it with anyone because I want everyone to just play through the entire game, which is hundreds of hours.
Just gonna go Google that really quickly.
Yes, it's so good. Let's see. Returns with new Unreal Trial, Ultima's Bane, Unreal. It might be like a GIF, like the basketball version, but the song is it works so well.
Okay, what did I miss? I'm sorry.
There's the final boss song mixes really well with the Space Jam song in Final Fantasy Endwalker, and it's incredible. It's the most incredible thing.
That's amazing.
See, Crystal Conflict ranked PvP mode. The Feast has been discontinued.
Are they actually going to give a shit about PvP now? That'd be nice.
I mean,
they're saying that they'll look at it.
They say
these changes are a good first step. But there's a lot of mounts tied behind the Feast.
Right.
Well, let me tell you what they're probably going to do. They're probably going to look at PvP and go and then go away.
It's not gonna be huge, I'll say. So other PvP thing is reward system will be overhauled, and that doesn't. Wolf collars will remain. Do not discard. Here's a big one. Lottery system for housing introduced. Land devaluation removed. Purchase of plots in Imperium available in 6.1. So if you want your house in Ishgard, get ready. Let's see.
What if I want my house on the moon?
That's going to be expansions from now, I imagine.
You'll be waiting a while.
And also, it will probably be in... what's the name of that place, Jesse? The first area you go to.
Oh, Mare Lamentorium, I think.
It'll probably be somewhere in there, right?
Yeah, I would imagine
it's
so.
not going to be on the moon. It'd be cool if it was on the moon.
Be in that, like, space station.
I don't want to say too much about Endwalker, but you're probably getting, like... If you were to get housing, quote-unquote, on the moon, it'd be, like, one of those like Japanese hotel pods.
I'm so down, dude.
Because it's not actual housing due to the story, but or I don't know. If they were houses, they're like 3 times the size of what they're supposed to be. Because again, story.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say. Trust system enabled for all of A Realm Reborn 2.0. So for people who want to... No, I love it. I think it's great.
No, the trust system is like, you should do every dungeon that you can with the trust system at least one time, because it's fucking great and it's hilarious.
It defeats the purpose of a fucking MMORPG is what it does.
No, you got an MMO outside of this, it's fine. And people have the option to match up with other players.
It's
the
dumb.
option remains.
It's dumb.
For
it's
people.
So dumb.
Don't force me. God damn you. I'm gonna play with my crew. I want Ishtola and Urianger running with me.
They are real people, man.
Don't shut up. No. Writer Brother says, "Don't be a dick." I don't know who that's for or what, but yeah.
Lordy, it's dumb. It's so dumb.
I'm so psyched about it. I'm not gonna play A Realm Reborn stuff again, but
I'm absolutely not going back for that again. But
I mean, I'm eventually gonna do a New Game Plus, but like I got too much to do right now.
Well, during New Game Plus, you just hit escape through all the cutscenes.
Yeah.
It's just like how I remember Ray did that, and he like caught me in like 2 days. And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick. It's also Wheaton's Law.
Yeah, no, we were talking about Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
That's our...
Yeah, I'm not... Parker, you never went to PAX, but at PAX, there's a general law called Wheaton's Law, which is don't be a dick.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you like Will Wheaton, good slogan to use. So,
I mean, it's
anyway.
a good slogan to use regardless, but yes.
Okay. That's cool.
I will absolutely be a penis. I won't be a dick.
Yep. Anyway. No. Like, I just hate this shit that, like, and granted, I come to an MMO for a different reason than I do a regular RPG. Like, like, Final Fantasy just seems like committed to taking the MMO out of the MMO.
It's not taking it out. It's just after RPG.
Yeah, it's definitely putting it second rather than putting it first.
Yeah, and, like, if I want that experience, I can play the other Final Fantasies, Witcher, Mass Effect, etc. And it's not that I don't like Final Fantasy 14. Like, it's a great game.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the Shadowbringer story. It's so good.
Yep.
But like this, I remember they introduced the trust system, and like I read what it is, and my like immediate response was, "Fuck that."
I mean, and they give you the option to not do that.
Yeah,
You're
like
golden.
for those of you that don't know what the trust system is so instead of running a dungeon with a party like a traditional MMO or by yourself like Lost Ark,
right?
You can have the characters from the story run it with you, and the AI will be your dungeon partner. And like Anthony dislikes this for the same reason I do, and also because like it just makes people even more salty when you do group up, because like, God, just run with the trust. You know? And it's just like, fuck you.
Well, those people are assholes.
That's true.
Fuck that.
No, I agree.
It is nice as a DPS though, because I don't have to sit there and wait for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever to queue up.
Yep.
Yes.
I just go in.
That is one nice thing if you are just trying to burn through shit real quick.
Yep.
As a DPS, like I main a black mage, so you know. That said, I'm gonna level my Dark Knight the second I cap, and I'm literally just going to power grind dungeons all the way to cap.
That's all you got to do.
You know, so
It's good. Yeah.
Chain pull the whole instance. Let's go.
Bronson, we're talking about Final Fantasy 14 right now. I want to the trust system. You're encountering the trust system right now. So we've had this conversation briefly for a couple characters, but I want a ranking. I want a current ranking of the Scions, favorite to least favorite.
Let me pull them all up. Hold on.
Sure. Because I tend to run with Y'shtola, Urianger, and up until a certain character joins, I just throw Thancred in as tank because that's like the tank.
Okay, so like the thing is I haven't used the trust system.
I know. I'm just asking your favorite characters.
But just as characters,
yeah.
Wow, there's a fucking lot on these.
I don't know if you put. Oh, I don't know if you pulled up like a list that's like current members.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that could be bad.
That could be bad.
Okay, it's just a list of names, so I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna name the favorites and least favorites.
Yeah.
Absolute least favorite is Alphino. He sucks. I hate him. He sucks super hard.
I love my little brother Alphino, but man, he's
He sucks. He sucks bad. He's like whiny, and I hate that I have to help him all the time. And then he goes through the same crisis every expansion, and I'm just like, retire, do anything else. Just let your sister handle shit. I don't care which.
Absolutely.
And like the worst part is like I did that like really affluent tower at the end of the world section. And, like he's like, I'm an artist, and here's my assistant, and I'm like, yeah, we're hobo artists, and I'm the hobo artist's assistant. Thank you.
Yep. Look, you're undercover.
He's my least favorite by far. He sucks. As for the ones I really like, Y'shtola's great.
Yep.
So there's that. Assail, Alize.
Alize, yes.
There we go. She's great. Love her.
Great. Yep.
Tataru grew on me eventually. After like on that. Thancred's really growing on me throughout Shadowbringers. And
I was a big like anti Thancred person up until Shadowbringers.
And then I mean, do we count Lise? Do we count her?
Yeah. I mean, I guess we do now. We got Realm Reborn trust system.
Then yeah, she's probably second after Y'shtola.
I really like Lise. And we talked about this before. A lot of people don't, at least online, and I find that weird. But
yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I also find it weird looking at these changes. Cape Westwind will be retired and with an instant solo duty.
So we've been talking about the trust system for a bit. This is the stuff I want to get into.
This is the stuff I was just like, why the fuck are you making these changes?
This is I mean, you know,
I get it. Like,
I get
Cape Westwind is one boss fight that lasts like 45 seconds. Like, why is that?
That I agree with.
Yeah,
like, that one I agree. But like the Castrum
Meridianum.
Like that one. Why is
trying to make it harder?
I guess
make it take more time to go through. I don't know.
But like the thing is like I like the larger party stuff though. Like it's a cool moment. Like getting that many dudes together.
Yes.
So like getting that to have like these are all good for like new players who are just trying to burn through this, I guess.
Right.
You know.
But here's the big one: is the Praetorium.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
Start through the battle with Gaius will be converted to a 4-player dungeon. That's
dumb.
I'm bummed by that.
I hate it. I hate this change.
The battle with Ultimate Weapon will be split out into a 4-player trial.
That's fine. That one's okay. I don't necessarily mind.
People are gonna have to actually learn mechanics on that fight though.
No, yeah. Not until you hit the extreme version.
I don't know some of these people. The battle with La Habrea will be split out into an instant solo encounter, which
I think that's fine.
You know, when you're playing like 8 players and everyone just starts wailing on him as he sits in the middle, like that needs to be done. But what bums me out is, and this is just something that I've adapted. Like, this is ridiculous that this takes this long and that these cutscenes take forever and are unskippable. And so my way of adapting was to grab some drinks and be like, all right, next hour or so, we're in the Praetorium. All right, I'm gonna have my drinks. I'm gonna run to the bathroom during this cutscene. We're gonna joke about Gaius and how hot he is in chat while the chat goes. And now we're not gonna have that anymore, and for good reasons. But it's gonna be a bummer. I'm gonna probably run the Praetorium once or twice before this patch goes up.
My point is like I always really like the scale of it.
Yeah.
Like the big scale of it. It was really cool. Like this was one of the things that like sold me on 14 when I got to this point, right?
Right.
It's like, because part of the thing I always loved about Warcraft is like 25 dudes roll into a place and beat the shit out of something.
Yep.
And like this is like significantly smaller, but it was still like a moment where it's like, okay, cool. They have this big scale I like, you know?
Right. Yep.
Versus like this, which is like it's fine. Like it's gonna be fine. If it gets you through ARR faster, like I guess that's good.
Right. Yeah. One change to the glamour system. Ready? It's 5 additional glamour plates.
Whatever, I'll take them. Give me all the additional glamour plates.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wish I could just go into the Final Fantasy 14 office and just be able to show them the way the transmog system works.
You would think they know better than anyone, right? Like Yoshi P is probably aware.
Yeah, like do you see how it archives every piece of gear I've ever gotten ever?
Yeah, how cool is that?
And I can make unlimited outfits and title them as many as I want.
What is the? Yeah, yep.
And it even also keeps track of full sets for everything: questing, raiding, dungeons.
Which is weird because this game puts more emphasis on wanting to dress how you want and like role playing and all that stuff.
Yes, it's like right on their website. If you go to the FF14 website, they're like housing, friends, fashion.
Yeah. And
then like you go to World of Warcraft's website, and it's like adventure and combat. That's what we about.
Yeah.
And it's just weird.
It's weird.
It's just, it's just like, and like, you can do more in Final Fantasy's dress-up system because of the dyes and because of like the more options as a whole.
Yes, the dyes are fantastic.
I wish Warcraft would add dyes.
Yeah,
but like, every time I get involved with like glamour plates and the dress-up system in this game, it's just so fucking frustrating. It's like the fact that I needed to go on a video tutorial to learn how to use this fucking system.
I did it a couple times. Yeah, I looked at a video a couple times. It finally all clicked with me, and I can kind of get it to work now, at least enough that I don't have to go look again. But like, yeah.
I'm kind of like the thing that I've just decided to do is like, fuck it. I'm just gonna run one outfit for every class.
Yep, that's what I do. Yeah.
I'll have my plate set, my cloth Sam set, my black mage set. Fuck it, just keep it on me. I don't care. I'll cast the glamour as my own. I'm done with this shit.
That's what I do. I have like a casual outfit that can apply to all classes, and I just do that. And then when I get to like my red mage, I have a specific outfit for that. And then once I level, another job up to 90, I'm gonna get a specific outfit for that, and that's the idea.
I'm gonna do everything in my power to make my Dark Knight look like Arthas.
Hell yeah, that is an Arthas ass class.
Oh, go ahead, Jesse. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just agreeing.
Yeah.
I would like to see that when you're done with it.
Yeah, like I'm going to scour the internet and like, what do I need to grind? What do I need to farm?
That makes sense. You would make an Arthas. A lot of people when they do Dark Knight try to do Dante, but
so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Darkness, but
when they poll, do they say this party's getting crazy?
I fucking wish they would. Come on.
That's what I do. That's what I would do.
And then you have a samurai that's Virgil.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be good, right?
That'd be pretty sick.
And ladies machinist. That'd be
there
good.
You go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what would we do for the other ones?
I would
That's
just
the question.
I would just try to. It'd be really hard. I would just do V because I just think V as a character is funny.
Trish is a Reaper, right? Like that one's pretty easy.
Oh yeah. But the problem is healer. That's the hard part.
God, what's her name? I'm a big Devil May Cry fan, but I always forget her name. Lady, blonde woman, first game. Help me out here.
I don't remember her. I remember lady.
Trish.
That's right. Yes.
Trish. That's it. I like my brain.
What is her weapon?
She's a scythe, so she'd be a Reaper.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She has a scythe and a pistol.
Okay.
So
people have been complaining. We have a dark tank and we have a dark TPS now. We need a dark healer. The time is right.
I mean, Warcraft did it. Why not?
Yeah.
But
goodness.
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, like I'm sure I can make an Arthas dress up.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna make macros so when I pull, he like does quotes.
Yes.
Like Frostmourne hungers.
That'd be good.
That'd be sick.
People would love that. I'm very excited about this. Just talking about this all has got me like, man, when this podcast is over, I'm going to boot up Final Fantasy.
It makes me want to fucking power grab.
Like, oh, that's right. Final Fantasy 14. This game's great.
Oh yeah, I know I've been fucking balls deep in these other MMOs, but Final Fantasy is really good.
Where are you at in the story?
Hold on. Let me pull up the guide I have.
Yeah.
I can't. So it doesn't tell me any of the like what is happening, but it gives me the name of each quest.
Okay.
Which I just wrapped up Fairyland and a little after.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I just wrapped up the Ishtola zone.
Oh my god! Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which that was fucked.
Ooh.
That was real fucked.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit was.
That was a moment there were a couple things that happened in this expansion that are like, wow, this is like a whole nother level for this game. But like that was like, oh my god. My god.
110%.
So
110% fucked.
And there's so much ahead of you. I'm envious. That's great.
I'm having a good time. Like I'm chucking through it real slow because there are other games.
There's tons of games coming out right now.
You know, like Witch Queen, I'm not even at like the recommended cap for the raid yet. Like I'm 10 below.
Damn.
Because they recommend your 1530.
Right.
And that for your hard light level, not your inflated light level, and my hard light level's 1520.
Okay.
So I after this week's farming runs, I should be there.
Okay.
We'll see. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. The real news from this is the data center stuff, right? Like
the data center travel is huge.
Yeah, which is what 6.18.
Which is looking there like June to July, I would bet.
Right. That's when you're gonna see even more Final Fantasy on this stream.
Yeah, we're already talking about organizing an Ultima group.
Yeah.
Well, Ultima and Ultimate.
Because what's the team right now?
So we got our two healers. That's Quinn and Anthony, which you could not have two better healers.
Cool. Good.
And then Jerica will be one tank, it's looking like.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe her husband's the other one, but we're not sure yet.
Okay.
So we would need 4 DPS. And
you don't know whether you're doing tank or DPS yourself?
Yeah, because everyone's telling me please don't run fucking Black Mage for this.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Because you have tons of movement in all the Ultima fights, and they're very RNG apparently.
I guess that makes sense.
So in an extreme fight, I can predict where to stand and be Galaxy Brain with it. Like, oh, over there is going to be safe. Go over there. Ley lines, fuck them up. But
here's my counter. How badass would you be if you did do it as a Black Mage?
Right. There are only 5 parses for Black Mage. I could be the 6th.
Right, yeah.
Great.
That's the thought. Like, there's only 5 ultimate parses for Ultima on Black Mage. And I'm like,
Do it.
I'll have to get real sweaty, but we can make it happen.
Or I mean, because the alternative is, all right, the moment you cap, time to quickly level another job.
It would be Dark Knight.
It would be Dark Knight. Yeah, that's right. So you would be tank. All right.
Yeah. So
you need potentially 4 DPS.
Yes. So we will need 4 DPS. Well, it'll be 3 DPS and 1 tank, or 4 DPS is what we need.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be good enough at one of those. That shit's hard.
Oh, what, a tanking or DPS?
I mean, just participating, like joining your team and doing that.
Oh, dude, I think you'll be fine. Like you learn, people learn quick. It's just it's anything that's progression, which is, hey, let's go, be ready. We could potentially be here for like 5 hours.
Right, exactly.
And spend like 90% of it dead.
Yeah.
So
yep.
I've
watched enough videos of I watched my friend do some ultimate Alexander or whatever. I don't know.
That's the one I'm really excited for, but we'll start out with Ultima because it's easier.
Yep. Well, count me in. I don't know what I'll be, but count me in.
Okay. Well, I mean, you'll be a DPS.
I'll be a DPS for sure.
I know that Anthony says off tank is pretty easy, and I'm like, I'm down for an easy job.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Off tank most of the time is really easy. You taunt for 1 or 2 mechanics, and that's about it.
Yep.
Stand here, do damage.
Cool.
Great.
Can do.
When I pull, I will show you the justice of the grave. There we go.
All right.
But yes, data that is very, like, on the one hand, like, this game doesn't really have server communities the way like Lost Ark does and the way WoW did. It's more closer, like it's more like Destiny's mega server or Guild Wars' mega server or X Games mega server, versus where so like it's not going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be, because very much like when they added Cross Realm to WoW, it kind of kicked WoW in the balls real bad.
Right.
Back in the day, like, because like I liked having that server community.
Yeah.
Like I liked having that, like, oh yeah, there's 6,000 jackasses in this one place, and like I know them very well.
Right. Yep. Yeah, no, it's not as much a thing.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's like not as much of a, in some ways it's not as much of a community focused thing as like, because like I can do plenty of solo content in Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
I can do plenty of solo content in current WoW and Lost Ark.
Mm-hmm.
Older WoW, like pre-Kata, basically. I hope you like making friends.
Right.
Because
you had to get to know the people.
You had to, like, even like especially like vanilla and Burning Crusade. It's just like socialize, or you're not making prog at all in anything. There's no end game system that isn't built around hanging out with other people besides PvP.
Right.
So like you want to run heroics, you want to farm rep, like you could do some rep farms. That's it. Like,
yeah.
It's, so I don't think this will be as bad for it as I originally thought. I'm still, and like, due to the nature of where our friends are, I'm just like, fuck it. I want to play with my friends, and we're all split out. So fuck it.
The alternative is we all, like almost all of us, pay $10 to move to one server.
And then it's deciding the server. Because Ronnie, Anthony, Parker, and I are all on Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
You're on Ultros?
Ultros.
Yeah, you're on Ultros. Jesse, you're on
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, okay, it's like, which server do we do what we had to do in WoW back in the day when this happened is like, okay, we're gonna pick a server that nobody is on, so it is fair for everyone and sucks ass for everybody.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like we're all going to Area 52 because no one else is on there, or
yeah.
We're all going to So
I do hope I'll get to see some of the same people I run into. Like, I don't talk to them, but like I love there's a elf that runs around. His name is Dumb Comfy, and he just looks super cool, and then he has like a ball cap hat, and I want to see Dumb Comfy. I want to see Atomic Dog. I just like seeing those people. Like, oh hey, I'm gonna miss you guys.
I'm a big fan of the fact that one, I play on Goblin, which on WoW that's like playing on Trollbane, where it's just mentor chat, area chat, etc. are all just shit shows. And they're like, that's one of my favorite parts of an MMO.
Yeah.
I always used to be a little bit jealous of Horde back in the day because Baron's chat existed.
Yep.
Like, you know, Alliance Goldshire was our cesspit, but that's only like for, 10 levels.
Yeah.
The Horde gets 30 levels of a cesspit.
Right. Oh my god.
Until you all hit cap, and then every trade channel.
Yes. Yes.
As you hear Chuck Norris jokes and memeing and political discussion.
Wow, to let you know when this took place.
Chuck Norris jokes.
Chuck Norris and Vin Diesel.
Chuck Norris jokes were invented in Baron's chat, I'm convinced.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like, I'm convinced that's like, same thing with I was actually in Lost Ark this week, and I was everyone that plays Warcraft is familiar with the anal meme.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Yep.
And what I like how, Aaron, you hit like level 30 and are like, yep, no, I'm well aware of what that is.
Yeah. I was very brief amount of time in Burning Crusade back when that was the thing, and I didn't take away much, but I did take away that.
So for those so that has made its way into Lost Ark.
I mean that I assumed a lot of people from WoW tried 14, and some of them like it, but some of them, it's just not the same thing, like you were saying. And I imagine Lost Ark was a decent switch.
There's a lot of the WoW community in Lost Ark.
Yeah,
and I love it because I normally play with Stella, and she has area chat turned off.
Oh,
normally.
Okay,
which I understand.
Yeah.
But occasionally I'll be on voice or on text with her, and I'm like, oh, and she's never played WoW. Her MMOs has always been Guild Wars.
Right.
Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
And I see the anal stuff start popping up, and I'm like, oh, they brought the anal thing into World of Warcraft, and she's like, what?
And
then I had to explain what that shit was, which is like, okay, what people would do is they would say the word anal and then link a piece of gear or an achievement or an ability. So like anal rend, anal, ice lance, anal thy hollowed. The one I remember, will always remember because it just ends the conversation every time, is there is an in-game event that happens in May called Children's Week.
Oh.
And what Children's Week is you go, the heroes of the Alliance and the horrible, ugly monsters of the Horde go help out kids and teach kids what it's like to be a hero and what the faction is all about. It's a really cool event.
Okay.
And one of the achievements is for the children. And people will be like, anal thunder fury, anal thunderclap, anal shockwave, anal fissure, and then just some dude just anal for the children.
Terrible.
Yep, and that's it. It kills it.
Damn it.
It just kills it instantly. Like, just every time someone's just like, no.
God damn it. Hey, speaking of Lost Ark.
Oh, another one is to replace a movie title one.
Okay.
Is they will go in and they will be like Lord of the Rings, like Lord of the Crollblade.
Okay.
Shit like that. Like movie titles with a piece of gear and achievement.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah.
These most of these changes seem alright though.
I'm down and I'm newly excited. I was already excited, but now I'm like, yes.
By the way, I got to meme Stella with the have you heard of Final Fantasy blah 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 meme.
Excellent.
She's just like, yeah, I'm sure I'll get, I'm gonna give it a shot once I'm all caught up in LA and Guild Wars, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, huh, that's what that feels like.
Yep.
And then I'm like, okay, but, and then I send her the fucking meme, the wall of text.
Yep.
The fucking I haven't saved on my desktop. Have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG? Yeah.
God. Yep.
I got to use it.
Nice.
And,
That's funny.
And then I immediately posted right after a GIF going, got him. Yes, Lost Ark though. I've been playing a shitload of that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have.
What about this this news story? Do you want to skip to that news story, or do you want to keep going in the order we got?
Yeah, I probably fucked up the order of this pretty bad. So yeah, let's talk about the Lost Ark news story.
Why not?
We're going out of order today anyway, so why not?
Yep.
So yeah, Lost Ark. People are bad. Is basically what I'm getting out of this. Because I found out my build was not optimized at all on Friday after I read a guide and went in and spent several hundred gold on engravings and other bullshit. And still need way more crit.
Right.
And Stella and I 2-manned every raid so far except one.
Nice.
And yeah, like apparently only 10% of the community that is active in in-game content have cleared the raids and abyss dungeons. And
wow.
I mean, and that made me feel better about myself.
Right.
But, like, oh, I'm either persistent or good. One of the two. Probably a combination. So,
yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's see. Is an announcement that weekly update would rebalance some tier 1 and tier 2 endgame activities. Several of its abyssal dungeons and guardian raids are being nerfed. Hardcore players wailed their game was being ruined for the sake of casuals, though there were also plenty of players pointing out that guardian raids in particular, activities intended to be repeated daily, don't need to be quite as drawn out as they currently are.
They weren't that hard. Like, if you had a decent group, like a guardian raid would take like 10 minutes. And they're like, oh, we need to make it easier. I'm like, why? Like, what? Like, there's only one that stands out in my mind is like, fuck that.
Okay.
And it's because it has a one-shot mechanic.
Right.
And it still has the one-shot mechanic. Like, and the Abyss dungeons, like, yeah, those were a little intense. Like, the stagger check on the fourth one in particular is kind of horseshit. But like, none of that seemed insurmountable. And like Stella and I did the tier 2 first batch of them on the Friday stream, and we ripped through both of them. Like, yeah, we had to learn mechanics, God forbid, but like it wasn't like it didn't remind me of Mythic Raid Prog at all.
Okay.
It barely reminded me of like heroic progression, like, and I don't. So what are these changes? All right, I'm curious. Hold on, let's see these. Improved player during the orb phase, trying to defeat Soon stage 2 the Necromancer's origin. Okay, that's actually kind of needed because it always like it felt like way too short.
Okay.
The visual effect change, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah.
Phantom Palace, Hall of Twisted Warlords made changes to Phantom King attack pattern and Phantom Cut debuff stack that is applied to the character. So are they making the debuff longer, or
right? They just said changes.
Yeah. Okay. Up to Phantom King Illusion Sword Summon attack pattern. As swords follow the player, if the player receives 2 stacks, they incur damage. Upon reaching 3 stacks, they will die. That's, I mean, fine. Like, that's like, instead of just being a hardcore, you fucked up, you grabbed a sword at the wrong time, like having 2 or 3, that's okay.
All right.
That makes it more reasonable. It doesn't feel as cheap.
Yeah.
But decrease the amount of stat required for the phase when it appears in stage 3 of Hildebrand. Thank fucking God.
Huh.
Oh my God. No, like Stella and I were doing that one with a group, and we like both were talking and said, like, I literally need to save all my abilities for the stupid stagger check and run a full stagger build. This is horseshit.
Yeah.
So that's a good increase the phantom range for the meteor mechanic during raid stage 3. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't really change much. You still need to dodge the boulders unless they've made it huge. Change the attack shape of the second meteor to form a circle in front of stage 3. Okay, whatever. And I haven't done Sea of Indolence yet, so I can't speak on it.
Okay, it sounds like the changes are okay.
Like they're not horrible. Like some of them, I'm like, why is this needed? Okay, ooh, Virtus, the one that all the new players fuck up on.
All right.
Remove the stun debuff that was applied when players were hit by a tail swing attack. Whatever. Don't get hit, or let's not. I don't see why the decreased damage dealt by several attacks. That's a big nerf.
Okay.
Jumping out of the ice. Okay, so they nerf. Yeah, if you're under geared, that'll one shot you. So that's actually kind of nice.
Okay.
That was like my number one way of dying in that fight from when I didn't understand it. Any nerf grabbing a player and breathing ice fire. Oh, but grabbing the player, you just don't stand in front of him. That's all you got to do. Like, just, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Decrease damage to several attacks, tail attacks after thumping the ground with tail, whatever. Okay, the fox. This one was fucking annoying. What's this one? Decrease flame attack, decrease the damage dealt by several attacks, throwing fire. Okay, go down.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading these real quick.
Yep. A lot of Guardian Raid updates.
Changed his attack that collects sand energy and explodes from a wipe mechanic to a high damage attack. Okay, they got rid of the one shot.
Okay,
so that's actually way better. That's a big improvement, actually. Let's see, decrease the damage. I mean, for me, it's still a one shot because I play Mayhem Berserker, which means I'm always at 1/4 health.
Great.
So yeah,
right.
I hurt myself to do more damage.
I hurt myself today.
I love Johnny Cash. Thank you.
Be a Mayhem Berserker.
We should write that parody. Make it.
You could do it.
What
have I become? My healer friend.
You guys are killing me over here.
Great entertainment, folks.
What do you main in Lost Ark, Jesse?
Right now it's a scrapper.
Okay. When are you getting end game?
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows is a good answer.
I was doing tier 1 carries on Friday for Parker, and I did it 90% of the damage in a raid.
Yeah.
I just felt like, dude, I'm like at 1,000 out of 1,100 for the tier 2, and like I went back and did some of the tier 1 content with Parker, and like I could just completely ignore the mechanics,
man.
Just like, and like my awakening ability, your ultimate, mine can do up to 1.5 million in one hit if it gets fully charged. And like literally this boss has 8 health bars, and I'm just like,
God,
boom, all 8 health bars just gone.
Wow, that's
damn.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm just like, who's the bitch now? Because after those, like, because I did all those at minimum eye level, so I was just like, oh, this is a nightmare.
Man.
So, and then I haven't done Lavanos or Alberhastic, so I can't get you any on those.
It seems like generally good changes, but they're also a little cryptic about what they're changing in certain things.
They're not descriptive enough, and also I feel as though that they I don't think a lot of them are needed other than the stupid palace ones.
Right.
Because the stagger check on that was absurd.
Yeah. Same stuff.
Yeah, and then they're adding new story stuff, new side quests, and they're adding a new endgame dungeon, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all good stuff. I'm almost done with the main story. I have to hit 1100 and do one more zone, then I'm in tier 3 and on to the 8-player raid content and that kind of stuff.
I'm amazed with the amount of Lost Ark you've been playing. You're just getting to the end.
You've been playing it for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been out a day and a month.
Yeah.
And note, I've been splitting time with Destiny since
That's
Destiny
true, since Destiny, but yeah, like there was a good chunk there. It was like we've been doing the duo streams and stuff, and that's been great, but like I don't know if you guys noticed, those of you who are part of our Discord, like they're on playing Lost Ark. And like obviously more Destiny 2 now, but
it's essentially a full-time job. I just did the math on it. It's 41 hours a week.
Man.
41.67. And on top of that, by the way, on top of that time, the past 2 weeks, I've done 99.9 hours.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
It's so sick. Like, and the thing is, I'm still like living my life. I'm just sleeping less.
so no worries. Everything's fine.
Totally fine.
Oh no.
Like no, like literally, like yesterday I didn't play at all. I got up, I did all my cleaned my house, made food, had a good day.
Yes.
And then play Destiny all night. But like a perfect example of what I've been doing is like I wake up, I throw on my courses I'm doing for work, right?
Yeah.
And unless I have a test or like an assignment that needs to get in, like this is obviously going to change drastically once I'm in office. But until I'm in office, like I like most of my stuff, like I just wipe it out during the very beginning of the day, throw on lectures, and then play Lost Ark either by myself or with Stella or with Parker.
Right.
And then go from there. So and then once I get off work, I go do my workout, I come back, and then I play more Lost Ark.
Yep.
So I'm making sure to get the workout in at least.
Right.
So,
yeah. That's good. All right.
Yeah. So
God damn it. Man, MMOs, they're a fun time.
They are. I've had a great time in Destiny 2. I've had a great time in Lost Ark. We'll go more into those in a little bit, but I'm actually surprised how soon Lost Ark is getting a content patch out.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I it's been literally a month. It'll be literally over a month soon, and I just feel like this is so soon, like unbelievably soon.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah.
I need to use the restroom, so you want to pick a story, and I'll switch it over, and then
yeah, sure. Let me look at this list here. Let's talk about this Bungie thing. Let's talk about this.
Oh my God, yes. All right. Yes.
Yeah. And then hold on 1 second.
80-90% of games on Steam. I was hoping to get a better link, but I'm just gonna leave the title and this picture up while Bronson looks for
Can you leave the quote on? Like scroll down a little bit.
Right here. How's that?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, be right back.
Yeah, so it's Destiny 2 is not supported on Steam Deck or any system use Linux. Steam's Play as Proton unless Windows installed and running. Players attempt to launch D2 on Steam Deck through SteamOS or Proton will be unable to play the game and will be returned to their game library after a short time. Players are not accessing Destiny 2 through Windows and attempt to bypass SteamOS as Proton will be met with a game ban. The short version of this, it mainly has to do with game security because they don't want the game hacked. They don't want, hackers running rampant in their shit. So their solution is just to outright brute force people into it, and I'm fine with it. Like, I don't know why you would want to play this game on a handheld anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. It doesn't work. It's the anti-cheat system that doesn't work on Linux. Like the Steam Deck runs on Linux. I guess if you install Windows on it, which you can do, then you can bypass the whole issue entirely. So to me, it's not a big deal. If you really want to play Destiny 2 on a Steam Deck, just install Windows on it and play it that way.
I mean, yeah, and I don't get why you'd want to do that because that experience sounds fucking horrible.
Terrible. Yeah, it does not sound like a good time.
Like I already I had trouble moving from a giant TV to a 27-inch monitor in Destiny, so it's that seems like a weird choice, very weird choice actually. It's just I think it's I think that people are like, oh, why don't you just support Linux? Because that is a game that to keep its integrity for the world first race, to keep its integrity for a bunch of stuff, you have to be super locked down and secure about it. and like think about like what one cheater could do to that game as far as like progression goes in like a day. You know?
And even then, like, look at the market penetration of people on Linux. Like, I come into this issue all the time because I have an ultra-wide monitor, right? I have a 32:9 monitor. Not every game supports 32:9, but that's because like nobody games on a 32:9 monitor.
Exactly.
Just about nobody games on Linux. Like I understand that Linux is up and coming, and a lot of people are moving to Linux to play games, but the market just isn't there.
Didn't Linus talk about that on the WAN show, and it's still kind of shit?
No.
Yeah, he and Luke used Linux exclusively for gaming for about a month, and they did not have a good time with it. So, like, to me, the market's not there. They're not going to do it until the market is there. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, like I don't understand why people are all like up in arms about it, and like there's just so much shit behind this one. It's like, whatever. Yeah, I and it's like a Destiny 2, and like the thing is I think the Steam Deck is stupid. So like that's like I don't think it's going to be a successful product. I don't. Like, is anyone here picking one up? I know Jesse, I ripped into the Steam Deck last week when you weren't here.
I'm getting one.
Okay. Is it because you're like me and you just have a problem with technology and you need to know?
Yeah, it's a new toy, and it's new tech, and it's going to be a better Switch than the Switch. So really
yeah, like yes and no, because I'm not paying $750 for
the Switch.
Yeah, like that's part of the problem. It's just like it's gonna be better Switch. I'm like, yeah, for 3 times the price almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I'm good. And like the thing is, like, I've already looked into it. Part of my 80 to 90% of the library works, but a good chunk of my library, including some of my favorites, don't work or are untested. And it's just like, no,
I've been looking at getting a GPD win since the first Kickstarter for one of those things. But I couldn't convince myself to do it. And then when Valve announced their Steam Deck, I was all on board for it.
I just like I used to be super into the concept of like portable video games. Like I bought an Alienware M11X, like the first like really thin gaming laptop. That was not like absurdly overpriced, and I was super into it. And then I had that for a long period of time, and I realized why it's stupid. Like I realized that like okay, unless I am traveling a shit ton. Or go back to college, I don't need this. I don't. It has no purpose. Like, I love my Switch. It was great to have in the hospital, but there are plenty of games on Switch that don't require this, like, massive performance overhead, like Stardew Valley. And, like, I played Resident Evil 4 in the hospital. It looked great. It ran great. Like, yeah, did I wish Dragon Ball Xenoverse's frame rate in, like, the hub area was not, like, 20 frames per second? Yeah. But like I'll live, especially if the price difference is $300 versus $700 or $650 plus tax. So
doing these duo streams and like watching performance dip, my wallet is concerned with upgrading this PC.
Yeah, that it doesn't. Yeah, like it. Aaron, if you want to, I know you hate monthly bills and leasing shit as much as I do.
Yes.
But I do know a website that leases graphics cards. So
okay,
if you want to look into that, right now they only have Radeon cards in stock. But yeah, no, it's if you want to consider that, that is an option.
You can link it to me and I'll take a look at it. But
I'll post it in the private Discord we have for show planning.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's yeah, like it's this thing where like it's just like I have so much other stuff. Like this is such a luxury item, I guess is the way I would describe it. And
yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I think you're right.
Like it's just such a luxury item, and like as much as I would like to mess around with one to like throw a Switch emulator on it or fuck around with it, I'm also just like, I'm not that committed to the idea. So
I wish them the best because it looks cool.
yeah, I think it looks neat. Like at minimum, it looks neat, and I hope it does well enough to where we can get other projects like this that maybe aren't nearly as expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So
one day,
yeah.
hopefully, Valve keeps supporting this, and just like the VR, like,
they won't.
Man, please commit to these two things.
Yeah, no, that's,
you don't have to commit to 3 things. You just commit to 2 things. You can do that.
That's right. That's all I want.
Yeah, because like the VR, they already are kind of slacking on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're working on a wireless headset.
Oh man, that'd be good. Yeah.
But there's still no like must-have or like console mover for a VR headset yet. I don't think.
Like it was the Half-Life Alyx. Like that was and that game's great and it's awesome. But like that's the one.
But, yeah. Oh yeah, and that's right. The one is the
and like this. The Index is obviously like the best VR headset, right? But like it's $1,000 fucking dollars. And not only is it $1,000, you have to have a ton of space because you have to put those goddamn things all over your room. And it's just, it's like, I'll say this: the Quest 2 really nails what a VR headset is from an accessibility standpoint, and not just in price, but in the fact it is put headset on, turn headset on, go.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have the fidelity, and it's not as comfortable unless you buy a bunch of shit for it. But it also like gets the key thing of we have exclusive games and we have the price tag and we have the just here you don't need to you don't have to hook 1,000,000 cables into your PC and mount a bunch of shit on your walls and like what was the thing you called it, Leatherman guy?
Right, yes.
The fucking Index and the Steam Deck are both for Leatherman guy. Like they don't.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, they don't understand why this fucking product is not popular with normies and isn't selling. Like, and the thing is if a product like this is going to be popular, you need traction with normies. Yeah, are idiots like us going to buy these things? Fuck yes. Are you kidding? Like, yes, absolutely. Like, now that I know that I like VR, when the Index 2 comes out, I'll totally put away money for it. You know? Provided that it's not, like, ridiculous as far as the censor shit goes. They cannot take that any further. Like, but, and hopefully it gets a lot better. But, but, like, it's already hard enough to convince people I know to try VR with a $300 headset. Especially because I also need to qualify it with, well, the headset's head strap is kind of shit. So you also kind of want the pro head strap, which that's going to be like another, $60. And yeah, like it's just this, it's really hard. This is a hard sell. And like and the same thing with the Steam. It's really hard to sell a Steam Deck to people and tell them like, oh, you can play all these games on it. It's like, well, I can get a gaming laptop for like $300 more. That's more performance, and like I can do work on, and like has more than 512 gigs of storage. Yeah, and it's because Valve is a company of Leatherman guy. It's a private company. It's not publicly traded, and everyone who works there is like super hardcore techie, like game guy, and programmer guy.
Right.
And those are all Leatherman guy. They don't understand the general market. So we'll see.
Again, I wish the best for them. I want it to succeed. I just cannot participate in it right now.
Yes, So. And the Bungie stuff is like whatever,
it sucks.
Yeah,
but
it does. It is shit. But it's like it's also like I get it because it's security reasons, and also like, is that the way you really want to play Destiny 2? No.
I mean, maybe. I don't know what people. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a game that like I really like. A handheld experience to me is always a very casual, laid back experience.
Sure.
And like 90% of Destiny 2's content that I enjoy is not that.
I was gonna say, I mean, if you're playing on Legendary, then yeah.
You know, because like we did the campaign on Legendary, which to be fair, even that got way easier after we had Osteostriga.
Sure.
And then not only are we playing the campaign on Legendary, I'm doing PvP, I'm doing Gambit, like I'm doing stuff that actually requires like, yeah, if you're just out in the open world doing bounties, I guess whatever, but you know, it's just not the way I want to play that game.
Yeah, I understand why. Yeah, a lot of people will not see the appeal of this, but I totally think there's a group of people who would. I mean, clearly there are some people who like to play it this way. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely, 100%. But it's like this. Them banning this does not seem like a big deal for me.
Sure, sure.
And I'm someone who has like over, you know, on the Steam version 170 hours in Destiny, but across all versions like probably like 600 hours in Destiny. So yeah, I don't know. Hey, Bungie makes Halo, right?
Yeah, Bungie makes Halo.
Yeah, they used to. Well, we finally got some details on transitioning. We are finally got some details on Halo Infinite's second season. Thank God.
All right.
Because it feels like it's been an eternity. So, studio head, or head of creative, Joseph Stanton, shared some news.
Yep.
It's called Lone Wolves. And the theme is, the core idea is that all the season's content is lone wolf Spartans are hunters, trackers. They are resourceful improvisers operating deep in enemy territory without resupply or support. They're fierce, rugged, and prefer to work alone, and they're still loyal to the Spartan goal. And they linked some pictures of this with, you know, what the armor sets are going to look like. They are very Halo. They're kind of like a mixture of like Reach meets Destiny in some ways.
Yeah.
So they did some first look. They said, you know, there's going to be a season 2 story, a mix of cinematic story themed events, the battle pass items that embody the Lone Wolves theme. As season 1 was samurai-esque armor, season 2 will have a fracture event that strays from the Lone Wolf theme and gives players a unique take. We're getting new maps. These include a arena map called Catalyst, a BTB map called Breaker, a free-for-all elimination mode called Last Spartan Standing, another mode called Land Grab, and the return of King of the Hill.
Okay.
Thank fucking God. Oh, we need way more maps, but 3 more maps, 3 new modes. Thank God. That like the Halo. The whole reason I stopped playing Halo Infinite, you know, like it's dude, like is just lack of content. Like I felt like I saw everything I need to saw. I understand how every mechanic went. I got midway through the platinum ranking tree, and I was like, I'm good for now.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
So in April, they're going to have more info on the launch. It's coming out May 3rd. As for co-op, Forge and Season 3. So the previously revealed that the much-anticipated Halo Infinite co-op campaign wouldn't hit until Season 2, but fans will actually have to wait a little bit longer. They have committed to releasing a 4-player network co-op and 2-player split-screen co-op. However, they said that the non-linear, wide-open section of the campaign present big challenges for split screen and need more time to solve them. This means co-op campaign won't be ready on May 3rd, which is fine. We still have to finish Halo 5 anyway.
Yeah.
343 was a bit more non-committal on split screen co-op, saying we're still aiming to deliver network co-op later in Season 2, and we will share a release date for that and split screen co-op as soon as we can. Forge is progressing as well and is still on track for Season 3 and is currently flighting Forge to a small group of community creators and working closely with them to ensure you have all the terrific experience creating, sharing, browsing, and playing Forge content. Public flights will be planned for later this year. It's also hard on work on Season 3, but it can't share any other details or how long Season 2 would last. Good. Awesome. Like, great.
Yeah.
Like, Halo Infinite had an amazing campaign. It was super good. I can't wait to play it co-op and do a 100% run with you and Parker. Like, that's gonna be great. It's gonna be super awesome. I think it's like a bummer that the I really hope that they release the co-op in waves. Like we get the network co-op and then the split screen co-op later, just so we can get co-op out the bleeping door.
That'd be nice.
Because that campaign is an amazing experience, but it would be way more fun with 4 Spartans. Well, first thing we're doing, the second wave option, we're getting a rocket hog. We're loading it with Marines that all have rocket launchers, and we're taking all 4 of us into an area.
God. Oh, man.
It's just going to be chaos. I can't wait. I don't know. This seems fine. The game needs more content, and this is it. And
Let's get some more content in there, man. Especially maps. Like, I know 3 maps, but...
Yeah, 3 maps, still 3 maps. One map is going to be hours of content if it's a good enough map.
Mm-hmm.
The bit, like, I loved that game, but, like, I capped the season pass, and other than when the Cyberpunk event was running, not like Cyberpunk the game, but the theming of Cyberpunk event, I literally have not touched it.
Okay.
So take that how you will.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Any thoughts from anyone else?
They need more content. I don't know what it's going to take me to go back to Infinite other than the co-op.
Have you done the campaign yet?
No, I did a couple missions and just like, there's more Halo.
You should straight stop the story. It's really good.
All right.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I love the weapon. She's fantastic.
She seems great.
She's a great character. Just like, oh, he's sarcastic and funny. I like him.
Yeah, sure.
So
nice.
All right, next up is RE2, 3, and 7 are getting them next gen updates.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys got Series X's and PS5s?
Sure do.
Fortunately.
Yeah. Aw, Emily. We'll do our best to get you one this year.
I mean, that's the goal, isn't it?
Yeah, put the money together, and I'll be on the eye for Xboxes for you and PlayStations. So it's getting 3 games receive visual enhancements for the new consoles. Those who already own them will receive free digital upgrades, and the PC versions will get the patch at the same time. All great news. Big props to Capcom for that. And any time that I don't have to rebuy things, that's a good day.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So the games will receive visual enhancements. Capcom confirmed also that they'll include ray tracing, high frame rate support, 3D audio support. The PS5 version will use those terrible haptic feedback triggers. And that means 4 out of the 8 mainline Resident Evil games will be officially available on Sony and Microsoft's next gen hardware. I mean, technically, you can play RE4 on both of those also.
Right.
So,
yep.
Yeah, what are the ones that we're missing? Like, I think this is wrong, because I believe you can play all of them on the new consoles. Well, you can definitely play all of them on the Xbox because of backwards compatibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they have the remake of 1 that was re-released. They have the remake of 2, 3, 4 exists on those consoles. 5 exists on those consoles. Oh, wait, no, you can't play 6. 6 has not been remade.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think you might be able to play 6 on Xbox if it's backwards compatible. I would have to check on that.
Maybe.
But that game's hot doo-doo anyway.
Yeah, you're not missing out on a whole lot.
Oh, it's so bad. I remember, like, I was playing through, like, the early sections of that game, and, like, you could literally just juke everything and go straight to the end. Like, and then it's just
that sounds about right.
Bunch of terrible quick time events and just ooh, so bad, so very bad. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. This is cool. Aaron, you know how you have your like Dark Souls games?
Yeah.
Like your Dark Souls thing where you keep coming back to it and failing miserably.
Yeah.
That's Resident Evil 2 for me.
Okay.
The remake of Resident Evil 2. Like I just keep coming back to it and just like keep like bouncing off of it, and like it's just like I'm gonna like I love this story and this concept, and I liked the original when I was young, but I don't like it now. But fuck it, I'm gonna fucking beat my face against this wall until I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, no, the only Resident Evils that are backwards compatible are Code Veronica X, which great game.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. So no, you really you can't play 6 at all. Like it's you know. So
I mean, it's not. That's if you picked one, you can miss.
Yeah. No.
6 is it.
That's definitely the one.
Yeah.
That's definitely the one that you're like, no, I'm good.
I'm a pass.
Yeah, like it's. I like 5. I think 5 is like really underrated, actually.
Sure.
Like a lot of people like 5 is when it went downhill. I'm like, it's just more actiony 4.
I mean, technically,
5 is a lot of fun.
Technically, it started going downhill because the previous game is 4.
I mean, yes,
in the most
correct.
technical sense, but like, yeah, I remember Resident Evil 5 being perfectly fine.
I had a great time playing through it with
and
friends.
Especially if you're playing co-op, I imagine it's that much more fun.
Oh, it's a blast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that game is a blast co-op.
So
yeah, I don't know, man. This is cool though. Is anyone give these a look?
I
had the time.
If I had the time.
Yeah. Like that's my thing as well. Like I own the PC version of 2, so I might give that a look. I don't own 3 in any way because I didn't hear it was very good. But yeah, I own 2. I'll give 2 a shot on PC. And if they throw it on sale, oh wait, I actually think I own the Xbox version of Resident Evil 7. I'll have to look into that. I might do that one too. So yeah, I don't know. It just seems like not a bad idea.
No, not at all.
Those games with ray tracing seems fucking horrifying as well. Also,
right.
All right, Lost Ark game content.
Yep.
Okay, we're on to Gran Turismo, right? That's all we have left.
We have Gran Turismo and Activision.
Oh God, we put something. Okay, yeah. Blizzard's still a tire fire. They're being dumb. So they're.
That's a good summary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Activision Blizzard. So a female board member of theirs dropped because she was getting underpaid compared to her male counterpart, Mike Ybarra, I believe, and then she left, and because of all the other drama, and that absolutely makes sense. Because why the fuck would you want to deal with that shit?
Yeah.
Like unless you really give a shit about Blizzard games. Yeah, like you are a huge fan and you want to see the company improve and get better. Why would you stay there? You wouldn't. So yeah, but they Activision is now blaming the Microsoft acquisition and all the time and effort it takes to do that on why they didn't add a new female board member.
What a take.
Ooh, that's a hot take, boy.
What a take.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. They're saying reading this, it says so that person leave. So they needed to get 3 women on their board in 2021. And the quote is, since the company's current directors would cease to continue to serve on our board of directors upon consummation of our proposed transaction with Microsoft, we were unable to conclude the process in 21. Unable is the wrong word. Don't what do you mean unable? Like you were forced?
Go fuck yourself.
If you want to make this take, say we didn't see the point since we were going to be gotten by Microsoft. Make that argument.
Which that'd be a fair argument. That would be, I don't think it's a good argument, but
but
I would at least sit there and go, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay.
I don't see the point of making any board changes since we're going to be gotten.
Yeah, there's no point in doing this song and dance. It's it's cool. It's cool that you're, whatever.
Also, these laws were put in place in 2019, so either these conversations have been happening since January of 2021, or they totally slept on it. and did not care.
So like this, because this acquisition had to have started in like probably the beginning of 2021. Like that would be my guess. This thing has been around since 2019. Those people left last, like they just decided, fuck it, we're not going to bother with it, and that's shitty and dumb.
Right. This is summing up all the stuff that we've summarized over a number of podcasts. Yep.
People are wondering why my Warcraft sub lapsed again, even though a new patch is out. Like I was just like, like maybe you'll get better eventually, and I'll definitely check out the new expansion. But
we'll keep looking. Yep.
Yep. I got other shit that I can play that doesn't, when I read the news, make me want to projectile vomit everywhere.
Speaking of news making you want to projectile vomit everywhere, our final news story.
Yeah. So I believe Jesse and I both played Gran Turismo this weekend.
That's correct.
So have you gotten involved in the microtransactions at all, or no?
No. I've played for probably like 6 hours. Probably more than that. I spent all day yesterday trying to do license trials. So way more than 6 hours. And I've got like 300,000 credits, and I haven't really like done any races yet. I've just been doing the trials. So the microtransactions, I don't know, they don't seem like that big a deal to me. It is a little ridiculous that it's like could be $40 for a car.
Oh, that's absurd. Who the fuck is it? Like, and the thing is, like, someone is gonna pay it too.
Lots of someones are gonna pay it.
Yeah, like, and the thing is, I bought the 25th anniversary edition. I bought the fancy one. Not intentionally either. I forgot to cancel my pre-order.
Okay.
Like I went to cancel my pre-order on like Monday, I believe, and like it's grayed out. Because it's just like, yeah, bro, it already shipped. And I'm just like, fuck. Well, I already have too much to play, so that's gonna sit on the shelf for a while.
Right.
But I entered the codes, and when you get that version, it gives you like 1.2 million credits along with the money the game gives you. So and I've done a couple of races, and I've done the music rally stuff, and I'm just like, okay, like,
sure.
I don't know who, like, unless you really want that specific car.
That's gotta be it, right?
Like, yeah, and because, so maybe you'll be able to answer this because I haven't. Do they have an actual dealership I can go to, or is it just the used car shop?
They have like a boutique dealership where you can go and you can pick your model and brand of car.
Oh, okay, thank God.
So there's more than just the used game shop or used car shop.
Yeah, because that's because I've done the first 3 races. I've done a couple of trials, and then I haven't seen like a used car, like anything beyond the used car shop. And I'm like, well, I got all those credits. I want to buy my goddamn Ferrari Enzo, damn it.
Sure.
I started out with a Nissan Fairlady Z. Love it, beautiful car.
Yeah.
But I want my GT and I want my Enzo.
All right.
So
because I don't know very much about this. So the idea is they're selling these individual cars, and some of them cost as much as 40 real life dollars, and there's no way to earn like an in-game currency.
No, you can earn in-game currency.
You can, but like,
you just avoid the grind by paying the $40.
Yeah, like, and the grind is super hardcore, dude. Because like you get like what, 35K for a full series race.
Yeah, that sounds
it's like
about right.
3 million. So, and those races take like, in some cases up to like 20 minutes. So let's see, 35,000. All right, sorry, 3 million. So divided by 35,000. So you need to get first in 85 races to buy one car. So like that's, and the game, and once again, there's plenty of other more affordable cars, and there's a bunch of stuff that's like, yeah, but it's, I don't mind this shit in like free to play games, but this is a boxed $70 product, not $60. This is the big boy game, So they have the $70 price tag, and the fact that they're also being like, microtransactions on top of it. Like, fuck you.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely fuck you.
Man.
You know, otherwise the game has been great, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And like Sony has normally been so good about this with their first party, like, you know, like they don't have like the God of War, no microtransactions, Last of Us, none, Ghost of Tsushima, just the $120 DLC. Horizon has the $15 DLC. Like, they've been really good about this. Mm-hmm. So to sit here and be like, to sit here and just be like, well, you know, here's pay up to $40 for a single car.
Right.
Kind of shit. Kind of some bullshit.
Kind of not great.
You know. So I don't know. Like I'm never gonna do this. I think the only time I've ever played for cars in these games is like way back in Project Gotham 2. You could buy a DLC pack for $5 to get the best car for online multiplayer.
Okay.
And like that's the only time I've ever bought shit for these kind of games.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's even like it's a $70 boxed product. What the fuck? You know, and you know, like every gamer boycott is once again one 90-second trailer away from falling apart in seconds.
Yep.
So
every time.
Yep. All right. That's all the news for the week. Let's get some what we've been playing in.
Yeah. What have we been playing?
What have we been playing? As we wait for the graphic, like a fucking cable news show, like fucking production guy isn't doing his job.
I got it.
Oh god, that was funny.
So Jesse and I played some of that there Gran Turismo.
Sure did.
How many $40 cars have you bought?
Zero.
Oh, weird, huh?
I actually
check in next week. Right now it's 0, but
I mean I had my copy of that game was $20 more than everyone else's, so I guess $20.
All right.
But it came with like 6 super high end cars and an ass load of money, so you know,
yeah,
I got my value, and also the steelbook looks amazing.
All right, nice.
Yeah, I'll post the steelbook in the Discord later. Like, dude, it looks so good. It's one of the better looking steelbooks, like right up there with Persona 5 Royal.
Okay.
So,
nice.
Wow.
Yeah, this game is better than I thought it would be. Like, I was expecting like just Gran Turismo's kind of been spinning its wheels, no pun intended, since GT5. Like GT6, GT Sport didn't feel like big jumps over GT5, but this actually kind of does, at least in a physics and handling and graphics and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way, like in Gran Turismo, even when you're in the past, even when you're going like 180 miles per hour, it doesn't feel that fast. Yep. This one going 90 miles per hour feels pretty fast.
It's fast. Yeah, it does.
Like I'm playing this on a really good setup for this. I have a bassy ass soundbar and a 65-inch TV that I'm like 5 feet away from. Like I almost feel like I'm in the cockpit of an actual fucking car.
Nice.
And yeah, like the handling feels great. They feel like real cars. Like I actually spun out on one of the music rallies for taking a turn the wrong way. You know, like it gives you a bunch of assist options you can tweak and mess around with. It looks incredible. Like fucking just one of the best looking driving games. I do have a question for you, Jesse. Did you prioritize frame rate, or did you do what I did and just said graphics, ray trace me up, give me all the graphics?
I prioritized frame rate.
Okay, so we had very different experiences. How does the high frame rate version look?
Still looks incredible. Like the game is buttery smooth. I think everything looks great. I thought about trying to go back and prioritizing graphics over frame rate just to see what the differences were like. But I mean, the game still looks absolutely stunning. I've got a 65-inch OLED that I'm playing on, and it's great. It's fantastic.
Right. Like I'm on a 65-inch LED, and from last year. And bruh, dude, just I have the ray tracing mode. You can see reflections off the windshield and in the mirrors, and like the sun looks like real sun. And like there's one scene that my roommate pointed out is like in the opening section when they do that transition from like real life footage at Daytona to like game Daytona. She's like, for a second there, I almost didn't catch it.
Yeah. Some of that stuff, I'm just like, I don't know if this is in game or if this is like live footage. I can't tell.
Man,
that intro movie is really cool though, like showing the history of cars. Like that was really neat. Like that was a cool thing. Yeah, the menus still suck horribly.
Yep.
They're still really bad. If you love your GT4 and onward shit menus, they are still here and they are still in full force.
I don't need a fucking mouse cursor in a console game about driving cars. Get rid of it.
I'm gonna scroll over this menu and then I'm gonna hold A to make it go.
So you're just like Destiny.
Destiny brought this hell on us, and I will never forgive them for it.
I will say it's worse than Destiny because Destiny's layout at least makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not often Destiny where I'm like, where the fuck is that again? Versus this where I'm just like, where is everything? So yeah, very positive first impression. This I want to have Anthony try the PS5 version because he's been on the PS4 version, which he says is fine. But I want him to see the next gen version so we can hear that opinion from like an actual person who races cars. Because his commentary has like been the physics feel amazing is what he's been saying. So I know that one thing that I do love is the music rally mode, and I wish there were more than 6 levels.
Yeah, and the music rally is really fun.
Dude, it's super cool. Like that was like, why has no one else thought of that? Like half my time in Forza Horizon is spent doing shit like music rally and like just putting on like the pop or bass track and just gunning down the freeway. So like having that in Gran Turismo is just a mode with where they play classical music with sick bass lines. So
nice.
Yeah, no, it definitely does have the Gran Turismo stuff where here's the fucking license test and here our progression system is grindy as hell and whatnot, but if the primary thing you care about is driving and having fun driving and you have a real appreciation for cars and car culture, like Forza is kind of like, yeah, we like cars, but like this is like, do you love cars?
Right.
Do you have like our name is the real driving simulator and we fucking mean it.
Spend $40 to fuck this car. It's not in the back.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Please clip that. I'll get it on the gram later.
I will gladly clip that later.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
All right, so all right, boys. Yeah, it's cool. Obviously we haven't played enough of it to review it or give it a score, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Cool.
It's I thought I was just gonna stare at the menu when I first installed it and then like log off and go do other stuff, but then I actually was like, I'll try one music rally.
Yeah.
And then that spiraled into me playing the game till 3 a.m.
Nice.
So,
yep.
All right, so we did it. We finished the Witch Queen on Legendary.
Very good. Very good.
We also realized it's not nearly as hard if you have Osteostriga.
All right, good.
So if you're having trouble clearing Witch Queen on Legendary, this is what I'm going to tell you to do. Clear it on normal. Go grab the crap. Like you have to have done the deluxe edition with the full season pass to get this gun. But if you did that, go craft Osteostriga after you beat the game on normal. And then whip through it on Legendary as you are a shiny golden god of murder. Okay, no. Let me tell you about this gun. It tracks the enemy. So even if they dodge, it still hits. And it applies a stacking dot. And not only does it apply a dot, when the dot ticks all the way off at the end of the tick, after however many seconds, it explodes. So it is an amazing weapon for wave clear and bosses, and if you just want to unload a clip and then go into cover and still be doing damage. Okay, Yuko, Dylan, and I, or Yuko, Ray, and I last week barely could get Savathun to like half most of the time. We got her down to the last phase of the first phase pretty quickly one time. This time, we got Savathun down to her last phase so fast that Yuko and I couldn't really interpret it. It broke our fucking brain. So, it was a good time. Had a super time. Then we double back, got Yuko. So everyone in our clan, the Super Gamecraft clan, has a legendary clear except for Tapanda Kitty, and that's because she's been on Elden Ring.
Fair enough.
So officially we are a legendary clan. 3 of us are even running the emblem for the clear. So
Nice.
We did the intro to the raid and then couldn't figure out the puzzle mechanic, and then one of our people was having communication issues, and we were just like, fuck it, we'll go do an easier raid. And we did the Deepstone Crypt, which I've never done. Deepstone Crypt, that was the raid, that was one of the 2 raids for Beyond the Light, and the first part of it is Sparrow stuff.
Okay.
And it's super fun. So what it is you're on the ice planet Europa, and you need to go and it's freezing winter, and there's a giant storm raising, and you need to get to the Deepstone Crypt, this facility. But to get there, you have to race your Sparrow through this like horrible snowstorm that gives you a debuff. If it hit 10 stacks, you die. So you have to follow these lights in this pitch black storm to know where you're going.
Yeah.
And you hit, and then there are these giant heater bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to get the heater, so you need to get there in time, get the debuffs off, kill the ads, and then do this again on your Sparrow and do Sparrow jumps and all kinds of stuff, and it's super fun.
That sounds super cool. And
then the second boss, which is the one we ended on because we just we're too tired basically, was okay. This is a boss requires a lot of explanation.
Oh God.
So there's a room that has lights.
Okay.
There's a basement,
mm-hmm.
and then there's a room that doesn't have lights or has way less lights. Basically, what happens is there are these 3 generators on each side, and you need to blow each of those up within a certain time limit, or else a nuke goes off and kills everyone. And it literally looks like a nuke.
Wow.
Yeah, it literally blows up like a nuclear bomb, and everyone dies instantly if you don't meet timer on it.
Great.
And what happens is there needs to be a person up top who is holding a thing on each side, on dark side and light side. When it's time, they both go pick up a buff from this thing, and then they go look down into the basement because the buff lets them see where they need to shoot.
Yeah.
And then someone has to run to the basement and go do the shooting.
Okay.
So, like, for example, you'll say dark side 1-4, or if it's the light side that's glowing, you'll be like, all right, light side 1-2, and then you put the buff back in its slot and then go through the damage phase and repeat.
Okay.
It's really cool. You have to have at minimum 3 people in this communication dance of okay, got the buffs. All right, light side 1, light side 4, dark side 1, dark side 4, and then the basement guy who can't see which thing it is because they don't have the buff has to listen to you and know which pillar it is. It's just okay, go to dark side, whatever, to go to the light side. So the guy down in the basement is just trying to survive forever. And then everyone else is upstairs killing ads and trying to give you the communication for the bottom part. It's really cool. It's this really I love raid mechanics that require your whole team to communicate and work. It's really cool. It's super awesome. We were super close to a clear. We just didn't get to the last DPS phase fast enough. Next week, I'm not sure if we're trying the new one or going back to Deepstone. We might go back to Deepstone just because Ray is so new and Panda Kitty is undergeared.
Okay.
Because the new one is apparently like super puzzle and mechanic heavy. So yeah,
that sounds fun. That'll be require a lot of communication, of course, but
yes, absolutely. But yes, as for the legendary clear, super fun. The story of this expansion's been awesome. The world first race happened yesterday. People got it in like 10 hours. And yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Like it's great. I highly recommend it to anyone who's liked Destiny. It honestly feels like it's the best expansion since at least Forsaken, if not Taken King.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's awesome to hear.
Yep. If you want to to play Destiny,
good
that
Destiny?
was a damn good time.
All right.
Good Destiny. Max Destiny. So and then not only that, I also did some of that there Lost Ark.
Hey.
Yeah. I hit T2. I don't know if it's because of the nerf or because of I've gotten better at the game or a combination.
Yeah.
But the stuff in T2 doesn't seem nearly as punishing other than the last raid boss. It's it's the hard. The Stella and I did the Phoenix boss and he puts a stacking debuff if you stand in fire.
Okay.
And at one point we were down to like no lives and I was just bad at it. And I was just like, fuck it, let's see how high we can stack it. The answer is, in the case of my Berserker, 29 stacks.
Okay, good to know. All right.
That's a lot of stacks.
Because I play Mayhem Berserker, you give up a 3/4 of your health, so you take 65% less damage and do 15% more damage and move like 20% faster or something like that.
Okay.
On top of that, I've put a bunch of gems and engravings on me that make it so I do 3% more damage, and that's going to go up when I have more engravings, when I'm below 50% health. Along with abilities that when I have less than 50% health, I do more damage.
Okay.
So it's just like, it's this entire thing where I'm going to kill myself, but I'm going to hurt you while doing it. It's... that game is great. I've been doing a bunch of islands. And they've been a blast. They've been an absolute, just great time.
Good.
The side quests in that game are fantastic.
They're
so good. I posted one the other day that was just absolutely incredible, where you have an island that's all women.
Okay.
And you have to get their festival going and help two of them, and then you have to pick which one to dance with.
All right.
It's fantastic. There's a couple of really sad ones. These side quests are actually really good.
Huh.
And they award mats that you use for upgrades. So yeah, man, this is the most I've enjoyed MMO side questing, I think, ever. Okay. I'm a month in. I'm in endgame. And here are my criticisms of this game. This is Lost Ark is a 5 out of 5.
Okay,
go play it. It's amazing. It's a fantastic fucking game. Here are my problems. I hate the stronghold. I think it's dumb. It reminds me of the garrison in World of Warcraft, and it doesn't feel essential, but it does because you get mats and a bunch of shit from it.
Okay.
That said, I barely touched it at all. So.
All right.
Second off, the way gearing works is you go from you get a set and you upgrade that set as you go through the tier. 1 to 6 is all upgrades. 6 to 10 or 11 is fairly easy. You'll have a couple of misses, but it's mostly in your favor. And then getting from 12 to 15 or 16, which is what gets you to the next tier, is a nightmare. It is a fucking nightmare,
man.
Okay. A perfect example of this, I posted a video in the chat of Asmongold where he literally didn't get the roll on it 3 times in a row on a helmet. The joke I say is like, you go to the honing person, you hand them all your mats, and then she throws in the fire and says, "Do it again."
Right.
Like that's what it reminds me of. Like it's ridiculous. So yeah, I don't know. It's a that part is annoying, but that's it. Like the side quests are great, the raid content's fun, the dungeon content's really fun. I can't wait to hit tier 3 so I can see the 8-player raids. You know, like I have almost nothing bad to say about it.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, no, it's well, and it's a little derivative because like there's been this running joke with me and a couple of the people in the Discord who've been playing it where it's just like, Stern is Midgar, the main villain of Rowendell is just Kelthus.
Right.
You know, like there's a bunch of these. Like are you guys ready to play Monster Hunter?
You know it.
Yeah, like that's the Guardian raid. It's Monster. He doesn't have a health bar. You notice what they're doing via their actions. Like it is literally Monster Hunter.
All right.
So, but I loved it. It's great. And then you boys did Elden Ring, right?
We sure did. As I said last week, Jesse is the person to talk about this.
Jesse, tell us about Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Sorry. It takes my favorite thing and mixes it with my least favorite thing, in that it takes Dark Souls and it makes it open world. And I absolutely just detest, hate, would if I could never play another one, I never would. I just hate open world games. And part of the reason is that they are, for me at least, they're really frustrating because I like to get close at least to 100% in games, right? And in an open world game, there's a ton of shit to try to 100%, and like you're not going to find all of it without a guide or going online or whatever. But Elden Ring, I think, handles it really well. You have your main objective, which I guess a lot of people are missing out on. They don't look at where, like, you can rest it at a quote unquote bonfire. It's a site of grace.
Yeah.
And
go to the bonfire. Got
it. You rest at one, and then you look at where it shoots off to, and then okay, well that's where I got to go to complete like the main objective or the main story or whatever. And then you can just explore the entire rest of whatever continent or area or whatever it is that you're on, and all of that stuff is optional, which has been fantastic, because if I don't feel like exploring, I can just I'm just going to follow the light and go to where I'm supposed to go and do whatever. So that said, I've only done the first main dungeon so far. I've got 40 hours in the game. I've done the first main dungeon, and I just got to the second main dungeon. I don't know how far into it you are, Aaron.
I think I'm at the door to Godric, which is, I believe, the second main line boss, but I'm not sure because I can't open it and I don't know how to open it. So, but I went through the big giant castle and ended up back at the front door, past the zombie lion, went past the bridge with the 3 giant things, and then so that's as far as I've gotten. And then beyond that, like, I've been exploring the open world, because it's one thing I really like about this game is that when you go up against a wall and like you can't progress either because like you don't have the things that's needed, or the enemy's just too hard, just go find something else. Let's go.
I kind of have mixed feeling about this, because like on the other hand, I'm the type of person who I hit that wall and I'm like, I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break it with my face.
Sure.
You know, so like having that option for me actually ends up feeling like it's going to be more frustrating than anything, because like there's all this like, so I'm like, yeah, just go do something else, man. Fuck that.
I'm here and I'm going to do this now.
I mean, it's a Souls game, so theoretically you can beat it wherever you're at.
Yeah, like it's that thing. It's just like, did the game just call it? Like, it's that thing when the game like says, hey man, maybe we should move it down to easy mode. It's like, did the game just call me a bitch?
Right.
That happens a lot to me in Gran Turismo. It's like, you're struggling with this. You should watch the demo. And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You should put on some assists. And it's just like, no, fuck you.
No, absolutely not. So it's there's a lot of quality of life features too when it comes to the open world stuff. There's no weapon durability, thank God.
That is nice.
You can summon your mount at almost any time. If you go into a dungeon, you can't summon your mount, and if you're getting invaded, you can't summon your mount.
Right.
So if suddenly your character gets off their mount, one of those two things has just happened.
Yeah.
There's the map system. There's no mini map, which I guess is more immersive, but to me, it's a little more frustrating having to like sit back and open the map to find out where it is I'm going if I don't put down a marker or something. You do have like a compass at the top of the screen, and it shows you like whatever marker you've placed or where you last died. So that's kind of nice, but I wish it would just give you a mini map. It's more.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I there's been argument against the mini map and that you really have to rely on like looking at the world, but also I just open the map a lot.
There's an argument against anything in these games.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything that is a convenience feature is you're not hardcore enough.
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I had to. I don't know if anyone saw my Twitter, but I like muted all Elden Ring talk on Twitter just because I couldn't deal with it anymore.
What? But it's so much fun.
I enjoy Tri-Finger Butthole in the game. I'm like walking around and they put that like, oh, that's fun, that's funny. But God, the discussion around it, like around Souls games in general, just like makes me so infuriated. And so I've achieved peace. And like I'll get frustrated with this game, but like I don't get like it doesn't evolve beyond that. I'm still enjoying the game regardless.
Okay, what if I pitch this to you? All right. Take Elden Ring, and just add a trade or area chat to it.
Oh God.
I have just made the greatest game of all time. You're welcome.
I think it'd be better than the current system. I mean, every fucking wall has a message that says fake wall ahead. Every wall.
They love that shit.
Like imagine just a little ticker on your left side that's just people saying whatever the fuck they want.
But it's only the messages, the message system.
Yes.
They still have to use that.
They still have to use the message system.
That would be funny.
No, just any just straight up like WoW trade chat, Lost Ark area chat. Just
I would probably mute that.
Oh, dude, what? Why?
Why
would you do that?
Because I muted the social media talk on Twitter. I don't like the way people talk about Souls games or discuss things about Souls games online. Like I want that out. And then trade, like that would be nice to just have access to like a cool weapon or something, or be able to like another avenue to get crafting items to make the arrows I need. But I think they really want you to explore
and grind.
Oh my God, grinding.
There's so much grinding for item mats, but like I guess at the very least it's really easy to get stuff. So like if you're trying to make I don't know, something that coats your weapon in fire, you need a couple of items, and one of the items you can sit at a site of grace and then come back and then go pick up the items and then sit at the site of grace and then come back and go pick up the items and just repeat that. So like it's easy, but I'm just like, why? If you're gonna make it that easy, just why?
Right.
Just give me the stuff.
Exactly.
So
well,
yeah, I don't know. I'm generally having a good time, but as I've played more and more, I've realized that it's going to be very much, I'm going to chip away at it. That's going to be happening over the year of just like, I'm going to like try to get one level up each session, and I'll do that 2 or 3 times a week, and that's fine. And I'll go back and try to get more through the main story. But that's just what I'm going to do. It's not going to be like an obsession. Like this coming week of streams, I think I'm going to go back to doing some Final Fantasy 14. So, but yeah, it's a good game. Like, I acknowledge that.
Yeah, absolutely, it's a good game.
It's still not my thing, and this is the game that's like I understand completely. Like, there's a way for me to acknowledge that these are good games, and they're just not for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But that's it on Elden Ring. What else is left? What else did we play?
There's a Kirby demo, right?
Hey.
Yes, there is.
There's a Kirby demo?
Emily played something.
All right.
Oh, go to hell.
Emily played something. It's amazing. God.
What'd you play, Emily?
So I don't know if you guys pay attention to the eShop on your respective Switches.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes. But the demo for the new Kirby game is live.
I saw that had come out. What do you think of that?
I had a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah?
Like, I am glad that I put this on my fantasy critic, which we'll probably go into later.
Let's the last end of the show, yes.
B, I will more than likely pick this up opening or like the weekend it launches and playing the ever loving shit out of it.
Nice.
Jesse, if you could update the Google Doc, please.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
More than likely I'll get it opening like release weekend and play the loving shit out of it.
Right.
But yeah, so in the demo it gives you two options, kind of like an easy breezy mode and then a wild mode.
Mm-hmm.
Which is more so for the experienced action adventure players.
Okay.
And I went through wild mode and I was just like, this almost feels like easy mode, but there's still a little bit of difficulty in there.
Mm.
And it's great.
Okay.
There's like that right level of difficulty. It's not too hard, but it's also not super easy.
Good.
And the things that you can consume to progress
right
is so great. Like, we all saw the car
mm-hmm.
in the launch trailer.
Yep.
Which that's a lot of fun. You can also become a traffic cone.
Yep. God.
Which is pretty cool.
So good.
And all the costumes that you get throughout this demo there's some interesting ones, but they're really good. So I would recommend getting this game when it comes out.
It looks really good.
It feels good with the whole little bit of open world sort of thing, but there's still a linear path that you need to take.
Okay.
But yeah.
This is the most interesting looking Kirby game I've ever seen. So
yeah,
I'm definitely keeping an eye on it. I spent too much money on video games in the last month or two, but I'll be keeping an eye on it.
That.
Like, I'm like looking at our release schedule for the rest of the first half of the year. I'm like, I'm good for a bit.
That's a lot of money.
I'm good for a bit. Like, I was originally looking at I was originally looking over at getting like maybe Triangle Strategy or Advanced Wars, and I'm like, or like that Grand Theft Auto redo, but I'm like, I think I'll wait. I think I'll wait.
Yeah.
So
yeah, looks good though.
So anyway, all right. Well, that's Kirby. It looks cool. And then I think that's all what we've been playing. So we got a fantasy critic check in, everybody.
We do.
Games have come out this past month, and gonna go over the standings here. So we'll start from last to first. Sitting in last place right now with a total of 0 points is Jesse's team, 2023.
We got 9 months left. We got 9 months left.
Yep.
All right. In third place, we have Only Good Games with an 18. Only one game, though, which is Horizon Forbidden West.
Yep.
In second place with 2 games out, and by the end of the month, we're going to have 4. Actually, 5. So she'll have most of her year done. Wishful Thinking Games, 28 points.
Yep.
And sitting at first place with 4 of his releases out is the Reno Sex Panthers went on 80 points.
Doing well.
Yes, very well. Being real carried by that Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good pick, though.
Yeah. I could screw myself. I'm waiting for Suicide Squad to for sure be canceled.
Right.
And then we got dropping games and stuff. But early on, the Sex Panthers are in the lead. Everybody.
All right.
So we got we got a good rest of our year going ahead, and we got 9 more months. To be fair, if Jesse's games actually come out though, like if they actually hit and come out, he is going to fuck us up so bad.
Yeah, he is. Like,
there are 3 guaranteed 90s in there. Like for sure.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like those first 3, the Zelda, the Breath of the Wild, the Ragnarok, the Final Fantasy, guaranteed 90s. The rest I could see being 80s or up. Me, it's gonna be real dependent on that Bayonetta review, and then whatever I scrambled to pick up if Suicide Squad gets canceled.
Right.
So, and then Aaron, that Starfield bet that could be big.
If it releases this year, that 11/11/22 is too good of a date to let go.
Yeah. They got 11/11/11 for Skyrim. So.
Right, so it only makes sense. Man, come on, guys. You can do it.
All right, guys. So that's that. That's Fantasy Critic. We'll keep you updated as big changes happen in that month to month.
Yeah.
As for our socials, hey, thank you for all tuning in with us. We love you. You're beautiful people. You should follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Look up Super Gamecraft on YouTube. Unfortunately, we don't have enough people for the URL yet. We're Super Gamecraft on Twitter, Super Gamecraft on Instagram, Super Gamecast 2 on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Please follow us and go leave reviews, because if you say nice things about us and give positive reviews, we go up in the algorithm, and that makes other people easier to find us, and we can grow and have a bigger community in our very surprisingly active Discord all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we love you guys, and we'll be back next week. Our stream schedule will be out later in the week. For those of you that get on the audio services, come check our Discord or our Instagram where we post the schedule.
Yep.
Love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
See ya.
See you.